Good afternoon. Welcome to today's New Mom Monday. Bri is taking over Instagram today, and it's been very fun. And while we had a little bit of tech issues, we were just looking at things on Instagram, and it's very entertaining.
Yeah.
There's a ton of stuff on there.
Like that I did?
Yeah. I mean, that's entertaining
taught me
too.
how to use Instagram. It's
So-
fun though. I see what people do all day.
Yeah, so
I could never do this every day.
exactly. It takes up a little too much of your time.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's been fun to watch. I mean, you're sharing your foods, your parenting stuff. What else? Makeup was on there.
Yeah.
Your work lunch.
My breast pump?
Your breast pump while you brushed your teeth.
Yeah.
I shouldn't give it all away. Go to our Instagram
Instagram.
page. I almost said Facebook. Go to our Instagram page, The Wellness Way, and watch the
I
takeover.
feel like there's so much to share. I haven't even hit the afternoon yet.
Yeah.
Or the evening or all the kids.
Right.
Right now it just looks kind of cute. We haven't hit chaos.
So you think it'll be a little bit more chaotic this
Real
evening?
chaotic? No, it's going to be perfect. Just kidding.
Because
Life
it's
isn't
Instagram,
perfect.
so it's supposed to be.
Except
No.
now everybody's getting famous by saying, don't look
Don't
at
be-
Instagram.
yeah,
Look at my
exactly.
real life.
Yeah, so you're going to stick with the opposite?
I'm going to stick with real life.
Right.
Sometimes it's perfect and sometimes it's messy.
Exactly. Yeah.
Which
So
leads
today-
us to our topic.
Exactly.
Oh,
Messy?
that was cute. Yeah.
Wait, is that what you were going with?
Yeah,
'Cause
pregnancy.
It's messy?
Sometimes it's
I'm
perfect.
thinking nausea. Like,
Wait, am I looking at that camera? Did I look at that camera? There you go.
right now, you can look at that one. One of these days, we're going to have tally lights. And then the camera that's live is going to have a red light on it so that you look at that camera. The squirrel?
Squirrel. Anywho,
So anyway,
morning sickness.
Yeah, morning sickness.
I got some notes
Good.
because I don't know what we were going to talk about today. But I
yeah.
thought I'd share my story because that's
Go
what
for
I
it.
do.
Go for it.
So with Bella, that's my 12-year-old. She, horrible morning sickness. I mean, just unbelievable. Could not get out of bed. Morning sickness. Yeah.
Really?
So
That bad?
I'm young and living at my mom's house still. To the point where she would bring me cereal every morning. Not
What kind
good
of cereal?
Crap cereal
Yeah.
either. No wonder Bella
Like Lucky
has
Charms
gut
or something?
issues. Lucky Charms and Fruit Loops were my go-tos.
That's awesome.
She would bring me cereal every morning. I would eat my cereal. Okay, this is a tell-all show. While I took my Adderall, because I was on ADHD meds.
Right.
And the doctor said it's fine. Take it the whole way through. I think we alluded to this in one of the last couple shows. I don't talk
think
about
so.
that often, but she would bring me my cereal, and then I would do that, and then I would go to first hour, and 45 minutes in, I would get up and I would go and I would dry heave because I didn't have much to puke
Yeah,
up.
right, 'cause you're not eating.
I would dry heave every day for probably the first 4 months. I was insanely
Oh,
sick.
yikes.
Yep.
That sounds miserable.
And then I've heard other stories of people even sicker than that,
Mm-hmm.
all day sickness. So I thought, this is crazy. But I didn't know any better. It was what
Yeah,
it was. You just
didn't know
go
what to
on. I'm
change.
crazy busy. I'm working and trying to graduate. And so fast
be
forward
pregnant.
9 years, I decide I'm going to have, this time I decide,
that you're going to
I
have a
hope,
baby.
which we did, decided we are going to try to have a baby,
Yeah.
I should say that. And I detoxed ahead of time, and my body was at a way different place. I had tested all my hormones. I had tested my food allergies. We had healed my
Which
leaky gut.
the assumption would be that you didn't have any morning sickness then, right?
That was what my assumption was going to
Yeah.
be. Yes. And I didn't.
You did or you didn't?
I didn't.
Really?
Really.
Oh.
Oh, just wait.
So it was like a complete 180.
Complete 180. My health was
Okay.
way better. My stress was down. Stress is huge. Huge, huge, huge,
Yeah.
huge, huge. And everybody goes, I don't know what to do about it. It was huge. I went from 16 and pregnant to planned pregnancy,
Right.
financially stable, married,
And ready for
At-
it. Yeah.
23, 4, 5, 6. 26.
Which one?
26 or 27.
How
It
old
was
are
when I
you?
had Jace. I was adding the 9 minus the 3 plus the 86. Anyways, so I didn't. I was
Okay.
tired. I always get super tired. In fact, that's how I know that I'm pregnant. Is I'll know I'm pregnant via fatigue before any
yeah.
test will
And
ever
some
show
people know they're pregnant because of morning sickness.
Yes.
Because that's one of like the earliest symptoms.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
oh, I just
So
don't
mine-
feel right.
So I had a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I had all these things, and I was so excited. Like, look at me.
How great I feel.
It's because I'm healthy. It's because I healed my gut. It's because
Yeah.
I'm the wellness way, right?
And
And then I got pregnant with Jackson, and I detoxed ahead of time. I'm a little more stressed and a little bit busier, but life really hasn't changed in 3 years. And I was sick as all
And
get
you were
out.
sick? Oh, did you test your hormones before, Jackson?
I don't think we tested them because it was test, detox, pregnancy, breastfeed
Oh, sure.
for 2 years,
Right.
and detox, pregnant.
Pregnant, yeah.
It was just
so it was
boom,
just
boom,
the,
boom,
the
boom, boom.
pattern.
Yep.
Mhm.
And
So then you were sick with Jackson at the beginning.
I was nowhere near as sick as I was with Bella.
Yeah.
I will say that.
But you could tell that you were more stressed than with Jace.
Somewhat. Well, I couldn't sleep.
Yeah.
But Bella, when I got pregnant with Jackson, was 8, 9. So she's self-sufficient.
Right.
When she goes to bed at 8:30, so I was in bed with her at 8:30.
Yeah. And Jace doesn't sleep, so
Yeah,
you were up with
the kid that
him
doesn't
while
sleep.
you were pregnant.
So I wanted to share that because it's not necessarily what did I do right, what did I do wrong. I thought I had found the ticket. I will still say that I do believe that being that much healthier, I definitely could
difference.
process the rest of it. Also, I was not, with either of my boys, well, I haven't in years, touched Adderall. So I was on a high dose of Adderall when I was younger for ADHD. Then I got pregnant, stayed on it, through it, till Bella was about 2 or 3. I started learning there's other options, looking at the lifestyle. I started here when she was 2.5, and I have not touched it since.
So that was probably a huge,
So-
just like we've talked about, another toxin,
Another
trauma
toxin,
thought that comes in. And
but also for anybody that knows anything about Adderall, it kind of gives you superpower. Can I say that on air? It's super,
Sure,
I don't want
you
to call
can
it
say that.
superpowers, but more of unrealistic. You can stay up. You
Right.
can study
Oh,
for
okay.
10 hours.
So
There's a
it's-
reason people abuse it. So I was super sick while on that. I can't imagine if I didn't. Like, there were days that I wouldn't take it. It was the weekends.
Yeah.
I was even sicker.
Really?
So, not to say that that was a culprit or that is what made it better, but I was definitely unhealthy,
Right.
which was very different once I had Jace and then once I had Jackson.
That's probably a whole different show, but I have so many questions about that, the Adderall thing.
Yeah.
And how that seems kind of counteractive to what you're wanting Adderall to do, right? Isn't that supposed to, like, calm you down?
It's different for everybody.
Oh, okay.
Calms
it's
you
like
down,
caffeine.
but makes
Some
you
people, it makes people
hyper-focused.
hyper, some people makes you chill.
Again, you give the same person the same, it's kind of like, so we
Yeah.
take herbs
Yeah.
and we might use Chisandra, Chase Tree, Donkai, Tribulus, this mix, and then the next person might also need Chase Tree, but then this one is also on Albizia
Right.
and vitamin B.
Right.
It's constant based on their test
Based
results.
on the testing, right.
There was no testing. There was, hey, by the way, I think I'm unfocused and I'm a major procrastinator. I'm highly unprepared is what I should have said. You watched my Instagram
Now
this
you
morning.
know.
Now I know. I stay up way too late,
Yeah.
and then I can't get out of bed in the morning. And the therapist said, "You have ADHD." Not discrediting those that have it.
That have it, sure.
I
But just
definitely
saying
had it.
how
I've
easy
had
it
to
is
work
to
at it.
get-
I've had to heal the gut,
Yeah.
but it was that easy. And then for me, it was that easy to go back in and say, I'm not sure it's really working. Okay, let's up that dose. Let's
Right.
up that dose. Let's up that
So
dose.
how easy it is for them just to
Yeah.
keep giving that to everybody. And drugs are meant to manipulate, emulate, and stimulate. So they just make things work as like a Band-Aid. They don't actually address what's really
So that's
going on.
all gone.
So,
The Lucky Charms are all gone.
right. But then you
A
still had
lot of
morning
the stress
sickness.
is gone. I had morning sickness doable with Jackson. Now, I know a couple of moms, healthy as all get out, wellness way moms, still had crazy morning sickness.
So at that point, what is it? Just the hormones? The changing of...
It's got to
of
be
all
the
the
change in the
hormones?
hormones
Yeah.
and how each person addresses it. I would definitely say if it's to the point where you're not gaining weight, you're struggling with that, I do know if you can get your hands on it, nutritional IVs
Right.
are an option.
So like
but I would
iron-
definitely see a wellness way doctor. Yeah, so
Yeah.
throughout pregnancy, I test my iron and I test my vitamin D
Okay.
because I typically prefer to stay upwards of 70, 80 for my vitamin D. I can tell when I got pregnant with Jace, I dropped to a 32, and then with Jackson, I was as low as a 26. I mean,
Wow.
that's low for standard Western medicine standards. So I was dragging.
And that's just for some of the moms that, like, if you're watching and you want to get that tested, that's not a, like, big, expensive
cash
test.
price is like $35 or $45.
It's like totally doable to
every
do
time
just
I go to the
monitor.
doctor and they would say, okay, it's time to do your blood test for your pregnancy, I'd say, you're going to add on an iron, please. And can you add on a vitamin D?
So you
and
just
they would
add
say,
it all
absolutely.
on. Okay. And then what about the iron?
So
'cause that's another big thing.
That's another one, yeah. I noticed my vitamin D was the biggest for crashing, for tired, fatigue. Morning sickness. So I was on, I think, 10,000 IUs at one point. I was still down to 32. So we really had to manipulate it. Yes, and figure out why it was. So I had to take different forms and massive amounts. It pulled that much on my body.
Yeah. And then, so iron, did you do iron supplements?
I did. I did an extra iron. Yeah, that was actually Dr. Flynn. We got to lunch one day. This was when Terry Naturally used to have their cafe open on Wednesdays, and I walked in. We were meeting people there. So he arrived there. Business meeting was there. I think Christy was there, and I arrived, and I sat down, and I'm feeling all right. Right, nothing compared to Bella.
Yeah.
This was with Jace, and he looked at me. He goes, "You need iron." And I thought, what happened to we don't guess we test?
Yeah,
like, right? You know, but we're all close here in our circle. And totally. I mean, he just knew by looking at me. And I did end up testing it because I was going in for blood after the fact. But so I added a...
So there must be, now, just like a disclaimer, we're not doctors. So these are just, like,
but we
what you did.
on TV. Isn't that a show or something?
I don't know, or a commercial, I don't know what it was from. But really, if you have more questions, message the page or leave a comment or something, and one of the doctors will get back to you. But a lot of it comes back to testing and making sure that you're testing to find out.
Well, that's what I would say. I've got a couple of tips, tricks here that I know worked for baseline. I just talked to our nurse in Green Bay, Krista, and said, did you have morning sickness? She said, I did. It was manageable. I used things like peppermint candies, and I'll go into a couple of those. If it is, like I said, to the point where you're not gaining weight, you're dealing with complications because of it, I would find a Wellness Way doctor right away.
And find out what's off.
If you're not already pregnant, I would find a Wellness Way doctor and test your hormones and test everything ahead of time. And again, this I speak from experience because I look at, even though I was sick with Jax, I think that was just a little bit of a humbling moment. Like, hey, you can still be sick even though
even though you did everything right
or whatever. So, but definitely worlds of difference from Bella to Jason Jackson.
Wow, that's good though. Yeah, but there are so many people that have suffered with morning sickness. It's miserable. So what
especially
are some tips?
Have other kids at home. So
especially when you have other kids.
My big one
can't focus on yourself.
Is now I had always, because we do it regularly, had my food allergies tested. They say not to do it when you're pregnant.
Okay.
Because we try not to if we can, because your immune system is flipping and different things, and it's all screwy. But if you're that sick, I would totally test it. That's what's going on right now.
Because at least you can find out what some of
for a
those...
couple $100 to feel decent. So here's what I noticed. The thing with morning sickness is to eat and to eat often. And I noticed that getting out of bed, so I'm an intermittent faster when I'm not breastfeeding or pregnant.
So
which means
like 5, 6, 7 years ago you were an intermittent faster? Because
well,
it's been
the
a
whole
while.
time and then the little chunk in between and nearing the end of breastfeeding when I'm not doing it
needing
full
as
time.
much.
When it's just supplemental. But meaning, so those that don't know what that means. And that's just what I prefer my body. I would say 5, 6 days out of the week. I'm not eating till 10 o'clock in the morning, and then I'm ending eating around 6 o'clock. So I'm doing all my eating between 8 hours.
Basically setting a certain number of hours that are the same every day to stick to.
Yeah. That doesn't work when I'm pregnant or breastfeeding. So eating, well, what I would do is it would be, I have to eat, I'm going to eat anything. And it would make me feel better. I'm talking, I could go and eat a cheeseburger. Not a good cheeseburger.
And it doesn't matter. It would make you feel good.
It would make me feel good. In the moment. So we lie to ourselves a little bit.
Instant gratification.
Instant gratification, and then we justify it by, I don't feel good. I have to get food in me.
Right.
It made me feel better. I have work to get done. I have housework to get done. I'm pregnant. I can eat whatever I want.
I'm going to lose all the weight afterwards anyway. Yeah.
Because I thought that I did that.
Yeah. I did that between all my
still
kids.
Dealing with Bella's poor gut. And mine. But, so I would. And in the long run, I know I can't do wheat, and I know I can't do
Yeah.
dairy, and I know I can't do sesame. Those are my big kickers.
Mm-hmm.
So I knew it. I would grab it anyways. I'd feel good in the moment.
Feel good, yeah.
And then the next day, and then the next day, and then eventually you just feel yucky all the time.
Yeah,
Which
but
is,
then you
it's
also-
hard. I get it. Nothing sounds good.
Right.
Nobody wakes up pregnant and doesn't feel good and says, I'm going to eat a lettuce.
Right.
Or a salad. A lettuce.
Eat a lettuce.
We eat a
Just
lettuce.
one.
Just lettuce. Lettuce alone.
But really, leave us alone.
Leave us alone.
No.
Video team loves when we do our puns.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
So eat often is what you were saying.
so eat often and eat what
And
you
eat
know is
good-
good.
Well, so if
have
they-
it there.
So if you test your food allergies, at least you would know then what's triggering it and try to avoid that, and then
Yeah.
see if it gets a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, than
Well,
others.
by nature, wheat, sugar, dairy, super inflammatory. What do we want to eat when we're pregnant? You're laughing
Just
at me
junk
because I'm
food.
looking at the wrong camera.
I'm laughing at you because because you noticed Mark pointing at which camera, but then it changed.
So eat often,
And eat good food for
eat
your
good
body.
food, high protein.
Yeah.
So how can I get different protein in things? Yes, there's smoothies. There's adding hemp hearts to different things. There's eggs. Beef jerkies are super quick grab and goes.
Yeah.
Have stuff ready.
Have snacks. Don't leave the
Otherwise-
house without snacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or a
Otherwise,
bucket.
would
I guess
just
if
have-
it's that bad, don't leave the house without a bucket either. Because some people get
Yeah.
sick all the time, everywhere. I'm sure that would be good to have.
Yeah, I don't think they
That
leave the
was-
house if they're that sick. I don't know.
No, unless you have to.
I did.
Yeah, I did not. I
Back
was
in the
not
day,
sick
but-
that much.
So, get tested ahead of time.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're watching the show, it might be too late. But eat often, eat good, eat healthy, lots of greens. Play with your supplements. So if they make you sick when you take them in the morning, take them at noon.
Yeah, or same with food. Like if you can tell and you're not able to get tested or you weren't tested before, find out, every time I eat this food, I get sick from it.
Yeah.
Just pay attention to that. So,
Yeah.
So for supplements,
Yeah.
yeah.
So if they're making you sick in the morning, take them at night.
Take them at night
vice
and then go to
versa.
bed
Yeah.
so you don't feel miserable.
Exercise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I exercise
Does that
a
help
ton.
morning sickness?
Yeah.
Just overall pregnancy,
being active,
how you feel.
releasing endorphins. I did CrossFit through my entire pregnancy with Chase.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't do anything with Jackson.
I was going to say,
And I
some
paid
moms
for it.
probably hate you for that. Be like, I did CrossFit while I was pregnant.
I wished I would have did it with Jackson and kept up with it, but I had Jace at home, and so I did do some. I was much sicker. I was much more tired with him, and you got to do what you got to do.
Yeah.
But I could definitely tell when I was active, when I was getting up, when I was walking, when I was doing things, whether
Yes.
it be official exercise or not. It definitely helped me overcome.
Well,
some
and
of
I
that
was just going to
morning
say,
sickness.
I don't remember, it must have been Doc that said something about exercise. Like, it doesn't mean that you're, like, walking around the building is not exercise. Like, you have to get your heart rate up.
True,
have it-
but I mean, even as far as just
there's like a
summing
range.
that, yeah.
So I mean, when Bri is saying exercise, it doesn't mean that you have to CrossFit.
Yeah.
Do CrossFit. I don't know the right terminology. It doesn't mean you have to do CrossFit, but even just to get up and go for a longer walk than normal, or I don't know because I don't exercise, but there's probably ideas out there of things that, or yoga. I don't know,
Yeah.
things that aren't as high intensity that you can do when you're pregnant and
You
not
can pull
feel
up things
terrible.
on your YouTube, on your
Yeah.
cell phone, your smartphone now.
Yeah.
But that was big for me. So eating small, frequent meals, protein, ginger and peppermint. So eating it, different chews. When Bella gets motion sick on the flights, I do it
Yeah.
on her chest so she can breathe it in, and I do it
Peppermint?
topically. Peppermint and ginger, essential oils.
Oh, really?
But also the aromatherapy of it. So putting it in the diffuser, throwing it on your wrists. That was a big one for me when I had the boys. I
Yeah.
would carry the ginger essential oil around with
Yeah.
me, and peppermint
don't
as
leave
well.
without it.
So, yeah, that was big for me. Smelling it was the
Actually,
best.
that's probably why I would chew gum. Now that you say that, it makes me think chewing peppermint gum would always help with my
Yeah,
morning
so
sickness. Not
instead of
realizing that I had
chewing-
it, but
gum,
yeah.
like a winter fresh or juicy fruit or
Yeah.
something with
Juicy
all the
fruit. Fruit stripe gum.
I don't know regular gum names
Right.
anymore. So the one with the leaves and whatever.
Peppermint?
Well, the different brands that have the aspartame and the red 40.
Well, try
Avoid
different
that.
things.
Try
Right.
it. Thank you.
Yes.
I knew there was
Is that the one
gums
with the
out
leaves,
there.
right?
Yes.
That's the one with the little leaves on the logo?
So,
okay.
avoiding that and going for either a more natural gum or even just the essential oils themselves.
Yeah,
are awesome.
but that makes sense. It was the peppermint that was helping, not the gum.
Peppermint
Like, it
and the
wasn't
ginger.
gum chewing.
Don't
Yeah.
forget the ginger. You're biased to ginger.
I am,
but
because when you say ginger, I think like a ginger candy or ginger beer or ginger. I don't think of it as like an oil.
yeah.
Or ginger snap cookies. Clearly.
I could use that as an excuse to eat cookies, but no. Ginger
There
oil,
you go.
ginger and peppermint in the diffuser, ginger and peppermint in a diffuser necklace. This is not one, but I'm holding it. On the wrists.
Yeah.
Different things like that. They make ginger candies. Remember the old school?
I have heard of those.
Altoids or something like that. I wouldn't go with that because I just looked, there's polysorbate 80 and red 40 in them. But they do make healthy ginger candies.
Yeah. Yeah. there
Fun
are
fact
ginger
Friday.
candies.
It's not Friday.
Fun fact.
Timing your prenatals. Vitamin B6.
Yes. What is
Vitamin B.
B6? It's just a.
Vitamin B is a big one for energy and different levels.
Yeah.
Again, I do it when it's part of my prenatal, but if you can add a little extra of a whole food form,
Yeah.
that was out there as
B6.
a list of different things that can help. And then last but not least, chiropractic. Because
Yes.
everything's
Everything's connected.
connected.
It's a Swiss
So,
watch.
Yeah. So if maybe it doesn't directly make my morning sickness go like that, maybe it helps my back feel better so I can deal with the morning sickness better.
Right.
Maybe it
Yeah.
helps
Or help
my
you sleep better
nerve
so that you
function
can take care of
better.
the other
Yeah.
kids to then take. Yeah, it's all connected.
Yeah.
Gotta help one thing to help the
I
other.
have heard that magnesium helps as well. I have not looked into that. Krista just mentioned that. I take magnesium throughout my pregnancies anyways for constipation reasons. Stool, I was going to say.
Stool reasons?
Stool reasons, constipation reasons. There's your number one pregnancy tip right there. And sleep for aches, pains, like cramps, muscles, Charlie horses, all that. So,
And magnesium helps all that? You just listed
yeah.
off like 8 different things
Legs
that are issues.
but constipation. Good. So, anywho, that is the magnesium citrate is
Yeah.
the preferred one that I use. But if it can help with morning sickness, it's not going to hurt.
Right. Well, that's good. Those are excellent
So-
tips. I said for this show I didn't have morning sickness. I don't have
That's
a whole lot
awesome.
to add. But I was sick. I mean, I was not a healthy person when I
When
was
you
pregnant.
texted yesterday and said, I don't have morning sickness, I thought you were being silly, like you're not pregnant. Were you being silly?
I was being silly.
Oh, good.
Because, I mean, Brianna texted us and was like, just a reminder, the topic is morning sickness.
Yeah.
That we have morning sickness tomorrow. I'm like, I hope not, because I'm not pregnant. I don't want morning sickness. So I was trying
I still
to be
get
funny.
nauseous breastfeeding. That's common, by the way. Hormones
Really?
coming back down. Yeah. Every once in a while, it feels like a morning sickness.
So are you going to get your hormones tested now that you're not done breastfeeding, but
I will be done breastfeeding for a while. I will get them.
Because we need the breast milk around the office.
I will get them tested if I feel a need.
Yeah.
So right now, everything's rocking and rolling. Milk is fine.
Yeah.
Everything's regular.
But really, everything should just balance out on its own.
But if I have any sort of issue, concern, whatever, that's the first thing I'm going to do is get tested. And then, yes, of course, as soon as I'm done breastfeeding, I will get tested.
Yeah. Good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. I did want to mention our event coming up, though, on May 17th.
Yes.
Because I'm getting excited for it. I sent you some dresses. I mean, not that has to do with anybody coming to the event, but I sent you a couple.
Green, floor length
I sent you a
dresses.
couple options.
She's
Because
being
it
silly.
is. I am being silly.
It's
Don't
so
show up in a
silly.
lime green dress. Are you? No. But Bri is emceeing with Ross.
Yeah.
And it's going to be live online. So if you are wanting to watch that online, you can buy tickets online. Or if you're in Green Bay, you should come and get all
Yeah,
dolled
if you're
up
in
and come
Green
for a
Bay, you
date
want to be
night.
there. There's
Yeah.
prizes, presents, stuff, all
Yeah,
fun.
all sorts of
Bring your
fun.
husband. You want
If
your
you want.
hormones to be right.
Yeah.
There you go. We're gonna talk about all kinds of stuff. It's not just
Yeah.
medical. It's fun.
It's going to be a really awesome event. So make sure to check it out online, and we'll be back next week with a mom panel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get a post out there. So if
Yes,
they've got
we'll get a post
questions,
out, but-
we've got a whole list running. But what you want us to address and having that on some of the moms with all
Yes.
different walks of where
Crunchy
they're at
scale.
in their
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah.
So
new to it or not. All right, we'll see you next week. Thanks for watching.